Hey, everybody, Jim Cummings here. And if Tigger were here, he'd say, thanks, everybody, for bouncing on in here and enjoying the show. But before we go, I want you to do me a small favor. Hit like, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the show. Now, speaking of enjoying the show, enjoy the show.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Toon'd In with Jim Cummings. I am producer Chris, joined as always by the legend himself, Mr. Jim Cummings. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, very good. Very excited. Very excited about our guest. Drum roll, please. Tell the people what they know.
Deep Roy is our guest today. Thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course.
Great to see you. I almost didn't recognize you without a big, long line of people in front of you going, me next.
Well, thank you for that. It's likewise. Likewise.
Well, we have the people coming in soon, so just to make it more natural. No, we don't. But I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it wasn't a big drive for you today.
It was okay. Traffic was nightmare, but as usual, 6 lanes. The driver was in and out, this and that, asking me a lot of questions, and I said, it's all good.
Yeah.
So it was all good.
Yeah, well, it's, we can't start till you get here anyway. So you got that going for you. Well, again, thank you for being here. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
But are you keeping busy these days? Is it lots of fan mail, lots of conventions?
Well, I've done
appearances.
Last time I saw you guys were in Houston, and after that, I just done one. Normally, I don't ask people, hey, can I have a convention or all that? I've never asked anyone, if I can do conventions. If people approach me, the agents and all that, I'll do it. If not, it's all good.
Sure.
Yeah.
And same as far as work is concerned, I don't chase people. I haven't done that for a long time.
Yeah.
Normally I don't.
Do you find that, I've always believed, like, especially in the entertainment industry, that almost when you let go, like how you're saying you're not chasing, even like with auditions, and you bring that energy into the room, when you want something so bad and it almost seems desperate is the closest word I can think of.
Yeah.
Do you feel the success kind of comes when you let go of that desperation almost?
That neediness, yeah.
The thing is, it's not about success. Like I said to you, success can't be measured. It's the respect that counts. What's a success? That's the reason it can't be measured. Your mind says more. Your heart says no. It's about contentment. And I'm very content at the moment. If things happen. If they don't, they don't. But I'm sure something will happen.
Yeah. That's a great philosophy.
Yeah, that's not, absolutely.
Because you're right. Success is subjective, To some people, success is, having a bunch of kids and a family and a loving family. And, other people measure it monetarily or, milestones in a career or whatnot. It's very subjective to what success really is.
Of course it is, Don't get me wrong. I want to do even more. I want to produce. I've got a lot of ideas which I want to do.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure it'll happen.
Are you a writer as well then?
No, I've got friends that write for me the ideas and all that. I've developed some screenplays and the scripts and everything, and I've written few commercials as well, my ideas of commercials, and one has to create something for oneself, and if don't, it ain't going to happen. Writers have tendency to write for average guys. Average means, I'm average too, but then again, they got a tendency to write for like 5'7", 5'8", 10, and they're for few jobs for a person like me. But then again, I've done what I need to do, and like I said to you, and things will happen. I'm absolutely positive that things will happen.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
curious.
very true.
Yeah, I'm curious about your experience in the film industry. Like you mentioned, obviously there's different roles and different opportunities for a man of your stature, and like not to compare the two, but I think of another great actor, Peter Dinklage. He dealt with some of the similar struggles. How has that been in your journey? The entertainment industry is such a physically. We've talked about it so many times. Like, too tall, too handsome, too ugly, too short, too dark, too white, all these different factors. What's your journey been like that in the entertainment industry?
It's been tough, when I started in stand-up comedy in London.
Okay.
Oh, really?
That's how I started. My father wanted me to be an accountant. I was studying accountancy because he was a pretty successful business person in Africa. And I was studying accountancy in London. And I kept failing in taxation. I'll pass taxation, I'll fail in company law. So that was boring for me. I was pushed into that. And I gave that up. I joined drama school. 3 months later, I quit drama school. And my dad said to me, now what? I said, I want to be a comedian. He said, it's a joke. So that's how I started.
Yes, that's exactly right. It's a joke. Yeah.
So that's how I started. I met the managers, the agents, and things started happening. My first feature I did was in 1975 with Peter Sellers.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pink Panther Strikes Again. Blake Edwards, and
Wow.
what a way to start.
What a way to
and,
start.
Exactly.
And
then
you start
I did,
at the top, huh?
Yeah, then I did New Avengers, one episode, and I did Doctor Who the whole season, and things started happening.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Is that when you felt like that's when you arrived? I always use the term arrived, like in the industry, because, myself included, you go through ups and downs in the entertainment industry, and then I feel like there's a point where it's the industry trusts you, if that makes sense. We're like, we can count on that guy. Is that when
Of course
when you
it
quote,
does.
made it?
Of course they do, but like I said to you, showbiz, everybody wants to be an actor or an actress. Good luck to everyone, and there are like 20,000 people chasing for one job. It's a tough industry. It is.
Oh, yeah.
It still is going to get tougher because of what's happening with AI thing and all that. It's all going to disappear, and there won't be, like you asked me, what was like. Of course it was a struggle to start with.
Well,
but
if it's worth it, it's worth the effort. It's worth the struggle.
Of course it is, like you mentioned, 6 feet tall, 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall, but then again, there are far few jobs that the writers tend to write. And I know I said that before to you, but then again, you got to make your own, stuff.
Yeah. You were saying Peter Dinklage. It seems like he takes roles that don't have anything to do with stature or height or anything like that. I just saw him recently in that. What was that one with where he was the manager of a Kmart with? Oh God, I can't think of his name. Anyway,
Maybe it was Walmart.
What's that? I don't know. But and then of course he was not Snidely Whiplash, but an underdog, Simon Bar Sinister.
Yeah.
He played a villain, and he was awesome, and it had nothing to do with his height. And so it seems like today things are much looser.
Of course they are.
Yeah, right?
Of course
Good.
they are. Yes, they are. Yes, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, you could take a little credit for that in there too, right? Oompa Loompa, Oompa Boom Boom.
Well, that happened through Tim Burton. Done 4 movies with him.
Yeah.
I met him in 2001 when I did Planet of the Apes with him. Actually, Rick Baker won Academy Awards for the special effects and
I
makeup.
couldn't believe it.
Special effects and makeup and all that. That's he introduced me to Tim. And the first thing Tim asked, can you walk like an ape? I said, of course I can walk like an ape because I did a Hugh Hudson movie, Tarzan.
Oh yeah.
with Christopher Lambert before that. That's 1983.
So when you
Wow.
were doing, did they use the prosthetics? I know in the new ones
Yeah,
they
but
use
then
like
again,
those stilts.
exactly. They got the stilts. You got to walk because the apes got, they coordinate. You got to,
Yeah.
the apes walk like diagonally. Yeah, so.
So the first time you were asked to do that, how do you prepare for that?
Well, but you see, with training, we were in training when we did the Tarzan movie. That was in London.
Yeah.
And we were training for like 3 months.
Wow.
To
Really?
walk like apes, yeah.
Wow.
To behave like apes, to do all that stuff,
That must have been a fun experience.
Well, it is, apes are very clever, and they do, they got a good memory. Apes do that, So
So when you're training for that for those 3 months, are you also like observing apes? Like, do you go to like a zoo or National Geographic or what?
no, they
Yeah.
mainly the coach who trained was like Peter Elliott, and he's done that. He studied all the apes and all that. He was the one, and we watched some movies and all that stuff, and then that was an experience that I haven't forgotten. It's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And coming back to Tim, that's when I did Planet of the Apes with him, and then I did Big Fish, and then he asked me to do Charlie, and I did voiceover for Corpse Bride and all that stuff, So
Oh,
Wow, that's so cool. Big Fish was such a great movie.
that was a really good
Big
movie.
Fish was, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that was a really underrated movie.
It was very, very, it wasn't like, I was surprised that Tim did that movie because it was pretty dark. Tim does dark movies because he's just lost his dad. And it was like, Spielberg turned it down. I didn't know what happened there, That's from Bruce, the producer. That's what I understood from him, And then out come Tim to do, it was a book, it was a Sony Pictures. And that was 2003.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
it was a great movie.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
I always describe it as like the fantasy Forrest Gump. It's almost like the fantasy version of Forrest Gump. That's what I think of it as.
Yes, yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
it. I mean, Forrest Gump's one of my favorite. Big Fish is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
Yeah, me too. That's really cool.
What's Tim Burton like in person?
He's such a nice guy, he has got a vision. He knows what he wants. He doesn't do that many takes.
Yeah.
All he says to me, I got this, I want you to do something different. So when he goes to the editing room, that he's got a couple of versions to do. And he doesn't shoot that much. I remember his editor, Chris Levinson, that I worked, all the Tim Burton movies. He used to say to Tim, I don't think so, we got so much coverage. He said, no, I know we have.
Yeah.
And Chris said to me, he's one of the easiest director to work with.
Wow.
He doesn't shoot that much.
Wow.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so,
Wow. Well, he knows what he wants, right?
yeah,
That helps.
he does, he's got always well-prepared notes, and he never asks his DP, he always asks his camera operator, when he sets the camera, what do you think?
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Interesting.
Collaborative process.
yeah. So,
That's very nice. Who do you have a favorite director, or top three? That way,
well, for me, the number one would be Tim.
yeah,
I love J.J. Abrams. Amazing.
Yeah.
Worked with him. Such a, worked with Michael Bay, another great director. The one that I missed, haven't worked with, Clint Eastwood.
Oh,
He's a legend, of course.
yeah.
Yeah, but then again, who knows?
Wait, you did or you want to?
I want to.
Yeah,
Love
I
to.
do too.
Me 3.
Yeah, why not?
You know, so
Clint, if you're watching, and we know you are.
So who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows? But then again, one never knows what's going to happen. You know? So one
that's
never
for
knows,
sure.
you know. And but like you mentioned, you know, there's some good directors. Wolfgang Peterson, who passed away, done a couple of movies with Wolfgang Peterson.
Oh, yeah.
I did
Yeah,
NeverEnding
yeah.
Story with him and Enemy Mine, you know. So that's another great director, you know, was, you know, God bless him, you know, and yeah.
NeverEnding Story, that was a classic.
Yes, that's 1980.
80s, something?
80s, yeah. We were filming in Munich, 79, 80. I think the movie came out in 82 or 83. And talking about NeverEnding Story,
Doesn't seem that long ago, but yeah.
they did another version of it which wasn't that good. But I think Disney has got the rights to it, and I think the guy to do the screenplay, to direct, will be J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, he's a great storyteller.
Yeah.
So J.J., if you're doing NeverEnding Story, make sure.
Call my agent.
No, call me.
Call me. Yeah, call me direct.
I'm
that's
curious
great.
too, going back to Willy Wonka, what was it like working with Johnny Depp? What's Johnny Depp like?
Johnny is an amazing actor. He always said to me, he wants to be a rock star. I said, you're a rock star. He said, no. I mean a rock star. He's a great singer.
Yeah.
Great
He's a really great guitar player.
great, you know. And then they got a band called Hollywood Vampires. And they play, you know, I mean, amazing, you know.
Did you see him perform? Have you seen him
Oh,
perform?
yeah. It's absolutely, you know. I was talking to somebody. I think he just did something with Ian McKellen in London. I think their Christmas Carol, something they filmed there.
Oh, cool.
You know, and Christmas is coming soon. Probably they filmed that. And Johnny, I just saw Johnny about a couple of years ago in Paris. And he always wants to direct. And he directed a movie called Modi.
Oh, I didn't know that. What was it called?
Modi. He's an artist and all that. They invited me on the premiere, but I couldn't go due to other commitments. But great director. Great, you know. I mean, he said he wants to direct. He doesn't want to be in front of the camera. He wants to be behind the camera.
Interesting.
Oh, really?
So that's it, you know. But who knows? You know, but good luck, Johnny. So,
Yeah. Yeah, we're not worried about him. I think he's going to be doing just fine.
of course,
Him
he's
and
doing
Clint Eastwood. I think we should get them both on the podcast. That would be all right. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done much voiceover?
I did a couple of voiceovers, but
Because you have a very unique voice.
I know, we'll see if you got some agents listening, you know, they want me to do voiceover, I'll do voiceover. But matter of fact, I was just talking to somebody yesterday and he was asking me, I can get you the voiceover agents and you'll be good for the voiceovers, especially for the video games
Yeah.
and all that. So let's see, I mean, if that happens, great. If it doesn't happen, still great.
Yeah. A little less great.
No, but I mean, it doesn't matter. You
Sure,
know,
absolutely.
Well,
Well, I think that's a pretty healthy attitude.
I'm sure it'll happen, you know, by talking to him, because we're going to sit and talk and see what happens, you know, and maybe do the voiceovers for video games and voiceover for the cartoons like you've done.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not as talented as you are of the voiceovers.
Well, that's okay. I don't have any on-camera credits, so you're doing fine.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Well, did you always know that you were going to be doing this? I mean,
yes, I when I was a kid, I always wanted to be an actor. And I don't know how. Nobody's done in the family. You know, I'm the first one.
Yeah.
And they're
yeah.
telling me that I'm crazy to get into this business.
Yes.
But
I
if
think
you
I
don't take
remember.
chances, if you don't follow your dreams, your heart, you know, thanks to the family, you know, and it was tough to start with. But
Did your family support you in doing it?
oh yes, 100% they did. Yes.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
Do you have a lot of siblings?
Yes, 6 of us, including myself, you know, and lost my elder brother, lost my elder sister, lost my mom and dad. But we all have to go one day. We're all standing in a line and waiting.
Yes,
You
we
know?
yes we
so
are.
that's what it is about, you know. So,
Yeah.
you know what they say, life is this short. You never know how to breathe from here to there. Make the most of it.
Yeah.
Be nice. One has
Yeah.
got nothing to lose.
Yeah, that's a good philosophy.
Yeah.
Do unto others before they do unto you. Or wait, something like that anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, I mean, you know, people, you know, and I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. You know, and
Oh,
you know, so still learn.
yeah,
A lot
yeah.
to learn, you know.
Yeah, it's still. Were you always in a lot of plays as a kid, or I'm often curious. When did you get the bug, so to speak?
I don't know. I mean, I did plays in the school and all that stuff.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, you know, but I wasn't that good either. So, yeah. So
Well, you've certainly gotten better then, huh?
but you know, when your mind says you got to do, you got to do. Mm-hmm. It's the passion, the determination, and all that. Mm-hmm. One has to have that, you know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't, you know, otherwise, you know, you can say, oh, I want to be an actor. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that, you know. But it's easier than said. But I'm glad
Yeah.
that I did what I'm doing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to do more. More, yes, I want to.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. I
Well,
want to
you're here
produce-
today, so that's
I want to
a little
produce,
more.
Yeah, I want to produce movies. I don't want to direct because I don't know anything about it, you know, and loads of screenplays that I have developed through a friend of mine that they've written, and let's see what happens. Another thing is I want to do animation, you know, and let's see if that happens. A friend of mine wrote an animation, and it's in the works. Let's see what happens, you know. You see, the studios have got a tendency not to touch the new product. And the reason being they don't want to take any chances. That's why you keep seeing sequels, prequels, and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's what it is.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we were just at the Saturn Awards the other day,
Yeah.
and James Cameron was talking about that same thing that you're mentioning. You know, these studios fear to, you know, touch anything that's not already an IP. You know, that's everybody knows already. I mean, you see every Star Wars spin-off under the sun, and you know, we got Toy Story 5 coming out, and you know, like Fast and the Furious 20. You know, they want to stick to those main. But the point he was making was that people also just need to, like you're saying, also just need to go out and make their own stuff. You know, the fans, the fans of movies, you know, the people who are passionate about it, they'll gravitate towards a good story.
Yeah.
But you have to, in order to tell that good story, you have to be passionate about it, I think is what you're saying as well.
Exactly, that's what it is. You know, it has to be original. If you find the originality, original stuff, and that's the reason studios doesn't want to touch. They don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah, that's right.
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
You know, Tim always said to me, animation is the way to go.
Interesting.
Yeah, well,
So
I
you
agree.
can't go wrong with animation.
I agree. Well, that's it for me. You know,
Yeah.
I've done X amount of movie trailers and a lot of TV commercials, radio commercials, but mostly animation. You know, and I mean, I knew I was going to do it many, many, many years ago. I was like 5 years old. And I said, okay, I'm going to do that.
You know, he's the only director that's done animation and features.
Interesting. I never thought about that.
He's the only director that's done animation and features.
And who?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. Animation and features. You know, he's done, I mean, I remember he's doing a feature and an animation together. He's done 3 times. I said to him, man, what are you trying to do? And he said, no, listen to you, I'm not going to do no more. I'm going to do one. You know, I said, you can do, you know, animation. You don't have to do animation and feature together. You know, and that's what he's done 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the only director that's animation and features.
I never even realized that. I love Tim Burton as a director,
Steven
too.
Spielberg does.
Spielberg?
I don't think so he's done animation.
Well, he did a movie, Balto.
Balto?
Did he?
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah.
You proved me wrong.
No, but look, it has. You have to go all the way to Steven Spielberg to find somebody else. It's not a crowded house.
Not at all.
You know, it's a very small club of people that can make that statement. That's for sure.
What was it about animation that drew you in, Jim? I know we've talked about numerous times how you knew you were going to do it when you were 5, but what specifically animation that called your name?
Boy, you know, I just thought it was cool because you didn't have to look like the character of any given character that you wanted. You know, in fact I played many. One of my first jobs was Goliath, as in David and Goliath.
Yeah.
So
Why didn't you call me? I could have been a Goliath.
you could have,
and you could have been a David.
Yeah, that's right. And I went out there and got myself killed in my first job. So I could say I killed it, but they killed me. So, but yeah, and I just knew I was there. I just never wanted to turn back.
So is it fair to say like the freedom of imagination almost? You can be so many different characters. That's the freeing part about animation.
Well, I think
what called to you, I guess.
Absolutely, because you know you could you could be Goliath, or you could be David, or you could be Paramecium. You could be a mouse. You know, I'm sure I've been a mouse a few times. Probably, I'm definitely a cat. Pete the cat and cat dog, and I've played all manner of critters, and you don't have to sit around in makeup all day. That's not bad.
But that's a talent. That's a
Sitting
talent.
around in makeup all day?
No, not makeup. You know, like they learn to do the voices, different voices, the different creatures, different voices. Now that's a talent, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
As long as everybody else thinks so. But yeah, absolutely. Like my friend Frank Welker, he does regular voices and everything too, but he's got a range of animal sounds that you can't even believe. And I mean, if it's the kind of thing that if you tell people, what are you going to do when you grow up? Well, I think I'll be a lion. I'll sound like a giant man-eating dog. Probably a werewolf or two. Yeah, definitely a werewolf. And tigers. I'm a pretty good tiger in barking. And you'd think that he was nuts. But he's also a very gifted, talented guy who is all of those things. So it's a career path that's not very obvious. It's not like a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, whatever, fill in the blank, right? But if you're good at it and you can get somebody to pay you, boom.
But you do different voices, different accents, yeah?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I do
yeah.
Critters Are Us. I'm Winnie the Pooh and Tigger too, you know, because Tiggers do a lot of bouncing. And so, yeah, I get a kick out of it, you know, and I get a kick out of it because other people get such a kick out of it, you know. When we do these conventions, I've said it before, you know, a lot of times a little one or their mom will inevitably end up crying. Oh, you know, I feel like you raised me, Winnie the Pooh, and I go, well, as long as I didn't mess you up. And it was the sweetest honey.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so, but, you know, you do one Winnie the Pooh, make somebody happy, and then you can go back to being a jerk for the rest of the day. You're clear.
And you've also said too,
Yeah.
just going back to like what drew you to animation, to want to perform in animation. I know you've talked about, people ask you all the time, like, what are your favorite, what are your favorite voices, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And obviously, the Winnie the Pooh, Tigger. But one thing that stands out to me whenever you answer that question is the joy that you have in creating new characters, such as Darkwing, such as Hondo Ohnaka.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to, what you just answered.
Yeah.
What drew you to animation in the first place was you can be anything. And can you speak to the differences between, taking on a voice as opposed to creating a voice?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, when you're assuming a voice that's already been out there, like Winnie the Pooh or Tigger, the trick is you got to sound like that character right off the bat. Like even if they're just, if you drop something on their toe and they say "ouch," it has to sound like Winnie the Pooh saying "ouch" or Tigger saying "ouch." So that's job one, and the difference between that and the other is that, like say Darkwing or Hondo Ohnaka, there is no sound. You haven't got anything to go on, but if you see the picture, that gives me and anybody, I would think, a certain inspiration.
Does that feel more freeing?
It feels better. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because although you're going to end up embellishing the character, be it Pooh or Tigger or Taz, you're going to end up adding some of your own stuff in there because, I think Tasmanian Devil, of course, he doesn't have a lot to say. He doesn't give big speeches. But there were only 5 Taz cartoons before we did Tasmania.
Really?
65, there were only 5. And you could have told me there were 100 and I would have believed you. But it's just one of those characters that gets out there and it sticks in your head and you think it's been around forever. But,
yeah. Who was the original Tasmanian Devil?
Mel Blanc.
It was?
Yep, Mel Blanc.
Jeez, that guy was...
Yeah, the guy was like everywhere. He was the Beatles of cartoon character voices, right?
Wait, I never read, because Mel Blanc was the person who you always tell the story about your dad, right?
Yeah.
I never drew this connection before. This is giving me the chills. Wait, so then you took over for Tasmanian Devil after Mel Blanc. What was the conversation with your dad like?
Oh.
Did you say, hey, Dad,
he died a long time ago, but I think he knew that
before you got that job?
No, actually not. But it was Chuck McCann, who was a great venerable actor, character actor. He had occasion to meet my dad once when I flew him out to California, and we did a Chippendales Rescue Rangers. That's what it was. And he said, well, this Chuck McCann guy, he's pretty cool. I said, he's in everything. He was in Gunsmoke. He was in, and he's a character actor. You've seen him 100 times. And it was like my dad was finally impressed with me, because I got to hang out with Chuck McCann. And Chuck was very, very kind. He goes, that kid of yours is really good. He's really something. And he goes, yeah, well, I always knew he would be. And, it was like, no, you didn't, yeah, but what are you going to do for a living? No, I'm going to do that. Oh, okay. But it worked out. And then I bought him a car and it was okay. Oh, man.
When your family first started seeing you on TV, what did that feel like?
Well, unfortunately, my dad never saw because he passed away.
Oh,
sorry to hear that.
In 1975, 3 months later, I got my first television appearance, New Avengers. And my mom said, oh, your dad been so proud. I said, yeah, Mom. Dad said, at least the black sheep did something. He said, don't be silly.
Yeah. That's kind of me too.
And don't be silly, my mom said to me. And my dad used to ask me, when I'm going to see you on TV, when I'm going to see you on TV. So there you go, Dad.
There you go. Well, yeah.
Dang. That must have felt good, though.
Oh, yeah, it did, and just because he passed away. But I'm sure he's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he is.
So.
Well, God bless him. That's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did I ask you, where were you born?
I was born in Nairobi, Kenya, in Africa.
Nairobi, Kenya? Yeah.
You know, and,
I can't believe it, but I've been there.
Yes, Kenya.
Yeah.
Kenya. So I was born in Kenya. Parents from India. And I was like 15, 16 years old when I, well, my dad spent a lot of money on me to make me grow taller. I was like 3'8".
What, if you don't, what is the actual like condition that you have? Like, what is?
I don't know, but I got no idea. People have been asking. It's called the glands didn't grow, but to make me taller. I was 3'8" when I took that treatment, and I grew up to be 4'4".
And how old were you at that time?
I was about 8 or 9 years old. 8, 9 years old. I did it like for 8 years. And I said to my dad, "Dad, you've done so much for me. I feel if I'm 6'5".
Wow.
And I do, and he said, "Give me a hug." I did, and tears in it. He said, "Off you go to London for further education." Like I said, studying accounting, I drifted into this business. So height for me is a material, in my opinion. What I lack, I gain in other ways.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
I'm not crazy about basketball anyway.
neither can I, neither do I. I mean, I could have been a good basketball player, but talking about basketball, I've written a commercial regarding that as well. But,
I thought you were going to say jockey, because I could see you winning the Kentucky Derby.
Listen, I said people were asking me to do the jockey, but I said, no, I'm joking for the position, but it's okay.
Yeah, jockey, yeah.
So I know, because you need a bigger wrist. You got to be very strong.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. It is, look, the horses are, first of all, I don't like horses.
Oh, you're not crazy about them?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
So you got to love the horses. If you don't, they can smell, the horses can see, what they, so I don't, So that answers your question. Could have been joking? No. No, thank you.
Yeah. Ixnay.
It's hard. It's tough.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
To sit on the horses, and then again, in any business, it's tough.
Yeah.
I was just about to say the same thing.
It's up to one if you can make it happen. For one, for me. I did it for myself. I had to prove it to myself. I don't have to prove anything to anyone.
That's right.
Except, from...
Yeah. I think that goes back to like what we were talking about in the beginning about, kind of that letting go of that desperation, to try and make it and doing things for yourself rather than for anybody else. Obviously you want to be the best performer. You want to be the best whatever, is your career path. But when you're trying to do it for somebody else, I think it's that's what really kind of repels people, be it consciously or subconsciously.
Oh yeah, talking about the human being got three minds: subconscious mind, subconscious mind, and a gut. When you feel I got a gut feeling, the three minds.
Which one do you listen to the most?
I most listen to my gut feelings. You see, I've got a gut feeling. I think I listen to my subconscious mind. And plays, mind plays great game. They do.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a question of concentration. If you concentrate, And
no, I agree.
It's easier said than done, but then again,
I always say instincts are the best stinks.
Of course it is. It is. So, so, good luck to everyone. If you're passionate enough, follow your passion. Go for it. If I can do it, everyone can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think draws you? You said that you want to start producing. What draws you to production, being a producer? What aspect about it? You said you don't want to
No,
direct.
well, the reason I said that too is because I've developed some screenplays, and I want to act in as well. Mm-hmm. You know, and those are the ideas.
Is it the creative control aspect that draws you
It's
to
not a creative
it?
control aspect. It's nothing to do with control.
Okay.
It's,
I didn't
it's,
mean that in a negative way.
No, I know. It's about something that I want to do. My ideas.
Yeah.
Something that would be good, in my opinion, for everyone. But then again, studios don't look at that. They don't.
Well, they look at the...
That's what it's all about, you know. But independent movies, they make money as well. They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
thought that was really inspiring. The what was it, last year or the year before, when Anora won the Oscar for Best Film?
There you go.
Independent movie.
Yeah.
I've always said I thought that was a big sign from Hollywood saying, make your own stuff, we will reward it. You know, that was
Well, of course
the
they
first
do.
ever indie movie to win Best Feature.
Exactly, you know, and it was independent. Yes, it was, you know. So, here to the independent movie guys. Do it.
Yeah, keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Takes a lot of money, but hey.
Well, it takes,
Have
you
a lot
know,
of
it
big
does.
sales.
You know, I mean, you know, you got to put the budget together, the finances, you know, and it's tough. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
You know, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing the movies. I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
You know, and
Well, just like even just the other night, you know, at the Saturn Awards, it reminds me again. It was, you know, I think it was George Lucas. I think he was saying it was like, you know, if it was just like you said, if it wasn't hard, then everybody would do it, and the pressure and the difficulty and the struggle is what makes it so worth it. You know, if it was easy, it wouldn't be as rewarding. You know, and this is coming from the guy who made Star Wars, you know, it's like almost a part of American fabric culture, you know?
Oh, God, yeah.
And so that struggle, I mean, you hear the same sentiment from, you know, I'm sure Tom Brady would say the same thing, you know?
yeah.
It's not easy to win Super Bowls, but it's hard and it's rewarding, you know? It's the struggle of making it through all the blood, sweat, and tears, you know? The financing, the everything like that, that's what makes it the ultimate reward when you eventually succeed.
Of course it does, yes. Yeah, of course it does, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Yeah.
And that goes
But
back.
it's worth it in the end, right?
of course it is worth, you know. So if one puts hard work into the project and it takes off, well, that's through hard work.
Yeah.
That's what it is, you know. So, yeah.
What do you think speaking of difficulty, what do you think one of the most difficult parts of your career or life has been?
No, but you know, look, I struggled to start in this business. You know, I used to sell the newspaper, encyclopedias, pump gas into the cars and all that. It was all in London. But it was difficult to start with 2 years of that.
How did you stay motivated?
How did I stay motivated? Because it's the passion, determination that I want to do it.
Did you ever think you were going to do something else, like be a lawyer or doctor or
No,
baker?
I couldn't. I couldn't do the lawyer business because the judge wouldn't be able to see me because the bench is too high. No, I'm just
that
joking. I'm just joking.
Yeah, that would mess it up, I suppose.
I always wanted to be in this business. You know, there's the passion, the determination, you know, and with a bit of luck as well, you know, and, you know, by meeting people, you know, and.
So for you, the hardest part of your career was just kind of breaking into it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was tough, you know. It was, yeah.
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 Well, plus when you tell the folks at home, like I said before, it's like They go, yeah, okay, well, you want to do that, but what are you going to, okay, but how are you going to pay the rent? How are you going to eat?
I know, but the thing is, they supported me through that, thanks to the family and all that. My brothers and sisters, I lived with my brother. I mean, didn't pay the rent, didn't pay for the food, but at least I contributed little by little bit, whatever I can do. That's what the reason, gas and encyclopedias and all that, you go and sell encyclopedia and they slam the door. Yeah, good.
You sold those too?
Yeah, I did, yes.
Yeah, I did that too.
Door to door, you go there, you go, yeah.
For 2
Another
weeks.
guy, what are you trying to sell? Inside, oh, boom.
Yeah.
So.
I got a lot of slam doors, yeah.
So.
That's a hard gig.
Oh, it is,
Like I said, 2 weeks and I couldn't do it. I was like, okay, nope.
It's tough.
I'd rather starve.
Well, listen, I did for a month. You did 2 weeks, I did for a month.
Oh, yeah, see, that explains it.
Yes, it is. It's tough out. It is, but, where there's a will, there's a way. And one can do, it's about what one wants to do.
Yeah. For me, the entertainment industry always called to me because it was never the same, pattern. I was never wired. I think creative people, I'm generalizing right now, but a lot of the creative people I've met really like the next challenge, something different. Things always changing slightly. I could never do something where it's just repeating the same task daily, day in, day out, getting the promotion. And I know a lot of people find solace and comfort in that, like a lot of people like the non-variance.
The routine, yeah.
Would you guys say that being in the entertainment industry, that's something that kind of appeals to you, is the different creative challenges and the, traveling. You've traveled all over the world. You've traveled all over the world. To me, that's the excitement of like changing the job slightly. It may be.
I agree. Yeah.
It might be a recording session. That you've done a million times, but maybe it's in New York, or maybe it's in London, or maybe it's a convention. It's in the same. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's in the same kind of style. What's coming. It's not unexpected, but it's a new, different challenge every time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's part of the fun of it. Rising to that occasion. Making that turn, making that adjustment, layering this character or that character. And I just love it. It's all it's the things, I can remember putting on kind of fake story plays with my younger brother and younger sister. And we would get up on a bed and we'd have my dad's tie rack that looked like when you took all the ties off, it looked like an old pirate ship's wheel. So we'd sit on the bed and we were pirates. And, and it just, your imagination runs wild. And I'm especially grateful to the Lord and Disney that, I get to make a living and have made a living for definitely the majority of my life with my imagination. And because it's only as limited, and that's what I like about voiceover. I think I said before, one of the first jobs I ever did, I played Goliath. Well, I wouldn't have played that on screen, so but I got to say I played Goliath. By the way, I came in second in that fight. By the way, David, I did not win that particular battle, but Darkwing Duck does, so that's not bad. It's a crazy business, and I love it.
Yeah. Were you into Disney or cartoons growing up?
I did, yes. I watched the cartoons. Of course I did. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody, did all that.
Now, okay, who are your top 3 characters?
Obviously, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Mickey.
And that's so.
I know that dude.
Yeah, you know that dude.
Yeah. A big Disney guy.
Disney guy, yeah.
So you said you were born in Kenya. Did you grow up there? How long did you live there before you eventually?
I was 16 years old when I moved to yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dang. So did you guys get this access to the same cartoons that we had? Surely there was some differences.
Yes, no, the same.
Same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. I don't think Kenya and Nairobi, there's probably not a lot of local animation houses there,
No.
at all.
No.
And forgive my ignorance. So, what language do you speak?
I speak my own language, which is Punjabi, but I speak the African language, which was Swahili.
Oh, okay.
And I think I've forgotten, but I remember a little bit,
But that's the language that you
they
grew
are
up speaking in school and everything.
English, my language, and Swahili. My dad was fluent in all three of them, and well, so was I, but I've forgotten a bit of Swahili.
Yeah.
I can remember Moja Bili Tatu, 1, 2, 3, Moja Bili Tatu. And the rest I've forgotten. I used to,
Yeah. Wow.
Or Habari Yako, how are you? Missouri Sana, thank you, so.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's fascinating.
That's about my Swahili goes that far, so. Yeah, so.
Sounds very poetic.
That's interesting to me that you forgot the language that you grew up speaking.
I have, but the thing is, it was the Swahili, the African language, because when you were there, you listened, and sooner or
Of
later,
course, yeah.
and so. But I haven't forgotten my language. I haven't forgotten English.
Yeah.
At least I've got two.
Yeah.
So,
We were just talking about this the other day. Do you ever have dreams in a different language?
no, I mean, I have dreams, but I can't vaguely remember them.
Yeah.
But everybody dreams. Everyone does.
Yeah. I just remember when I was a teenager, I lived, it was like a 3-week study program in Costa Rica. And I remember that was the first time I had a dream in Spanish. And I remember waking up and I was like, oh, that's really weird. I remember this whole dream, but everything was in Spanish. And I was so close to being fluent in Spanish. But like you said, if you don't practice it,
Exactly.
Yeah.
kind of just
If you don't use it, you
starts
lose
to
it.
fade away. Yeah.
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 Like everything.
Yep.
Do you play any instruments or anything? Are you musical?
No, I'm not.
No.
I wish I could, but I haven't been. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I've found the reason I asked that question is there's been so many guests on this podcast and so many, creative people just happened. I don't either, but Jim, of course, was in a band, plays the drums, sings, everything like that. Yeah. And I feel like that informs so much of like the timing and acting and voice acting and cadence and controlling your instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Anything with a microphone's good for your.
Yeah.
You learn how to breathe and do things like that. Things you don't even normally think of, but you just kind of have to map your way through the script.
Yeah.
And breathe your way through it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, so good. He said, coughing. So, do you have anything that we should know about coming up? Anything bodacious, near bodacious?
Well, we'll see. My manager's been telling me there's going to be a big Paramount movie that's going to be happening. Let's see if that happens, since Paramount took over Warner Brothers. Who knows? But I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah.
So
I love your attitude
cool.
of if it happens, it happens.
Of course I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
It's been in the works since last year, and let's see.
Would you consider yourself lucky?
Yeah. Luck.
Definitely
What's a
not.
luck?
Yeah.
I'll tell. Do you want to hear my definition of luck?
Sure.
My definition of luck, I didn't come up with this, but it's something I've always held true, is being lucky is being prepared for the moment. Luck doesn't strike people who are not prepared, in my opinion. Even if it's something as simple as winning the lottery, you bought that ticket. You were prepared for the moment. Nobody wins the lottery without getting their ticket.
Buying that ticket, yeah.
You don't get an audition without being
I know
prepared for that
but
role.
I know, but since you asked me, am I lucky? I said to you, yes. The reason I said I'm lucky because I see another day to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's luck for me.
Yeah.
And also,
But the luck is, you know, even if you would luck doesn't, you know, luck doesn't pay bills.
No.
Got that right.
Yeah. Only if you're lucky.
Exactly. So one has to work.
Yes.
You know, one has to.
Exactly. You have to be prepared.
You know, and yeah. So luck, you can do different ways. You know, you asked me, "Am I lucky?" I said, "Yes, I am." I'm lucky because I'm healthy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm lucky as just to see another day to live.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I've got a family and the friends that I associate with. So luck can be interpreted in so many ways.
Of course. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yes,
that's-
I am.
Yeah.
That's a great philosophy. You're a very positive person.
I think
Beautiful thing.
being positive is good for one's mind and body. Why think negative when can you be positive?
Well, I had a one of our priests back at Ursuline High School in Youngstown said that, oh God, how did he put it? There's no such thing as luck, but you have to be prepared to, you make your own luck. And a lot of it is just being prepared for the moment.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can carve your own luck out of that rock or whatever, you know, different strokes for different folks, right?
Yeah,
It depends on how you look at it.
it is, you know.
Yeah.
But yes, of course I am, Chris. Very lucky. And very blessed
Very much so.
with the family, the friends, and everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great message because a lot of the times we can get so caught up in material things, you know, possessions and status and whatever it may be. It's really refreshing to hear, you know, the focus on just, like you said, being lucky to have friends, family, blessed opportunities. I feel very lucky and blessed as well. Even this job, you know, this podcast job has been a huge blessing for me to meet and talk to so many legendary people, to sit here and call Jim my friend. You know, it's been a great journey.
Beautiful thing, yeah. I agree.
Well, thank
I'll
you.
take that luck anytime.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Wait, we need to hear. Tell us one insider edition Hollywood story. I know you have a good one. That the fans will love. Give us some nitty gritty.
Some inside
I'm putting
squish.
you on the spot here. I know you have one.
I mean, inside Hollywood, I'd rather not.
Oh, come on,
And,
TV.
I
Just
think
tell us something funny that happened on set. A good memory on set, something like that.
well, a lot of things that happens on the sets they do, you know, and bygones are bygones, and the future is bright. So let's look, you know, and let's.
I tried for everybody out there.
That's way too cheery. That's way too optimistic. We want some dirt.
So let be past. The future is bright. That's the reason I'm not wearing sunglasses.
No, that's the reason I am. Same
The
reason.
future is bright. You got to wear the sunglasses.
Future's so bright, I got to wear shades.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
you.
Really appreciate it. Is there anything you want to promote, social media, anything
No,
like
I
that,
don't
where
want to
people can
pro-
keep
I-
up with you? Conventions, anything?
I don't want to promote anything. The reason I don't want to promote is because I've got nothing to promote.
What? Well, what about a bucket list? Do you have any bucket list things you want to get done before all is said and done? Before anything you want to do?
You know, like you know, my own projects. That's what it is, you know. And last but not least, I've already produced one movie. It's the editing. Let's see how that, you know.
Nice.
So let's see how.
So we
that,
can look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, it's a small budget thing. My first one, trying to help my friend out.
Yeah.
You know, she wrote it, she directed it, she produced it, and I'm part of it, you know. And let's see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see what happens.
That's a new beginning.
Right on.
Sounds good to me. What's the name of it? Can you say?
It's called String.
Strength?
String, String, String.
Oh, string.
String. Oh.
Yeah, String.
Okay.
It's like it's all female director and it's like a revenge. The female, what they went through the life and they want to have a revenge.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's great. That's great to hear that it's directed by a woman too. We were just, like I said once again, the Saturn Awards the other night. It was just really impactful for me. And James Cameron won an award for directing or something, whatever. He wins everything. And he said something that I didn't realize before. Since at the time, I forget her name. I'm sorry. I just heard it for the first time the other day. But when the first woman won the Oscar for Best Director. Yeah. At the time that she won, 17% of directors were female.
Yeah.
Now it's 13%. So it's actually gone down since the first woman won the Oscar for Best Director. So anybody that's listening, find more women to direct.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, trying to help her out, friend.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
And then it was her idea. She wrote, she directed, she produced it, and, so.
Right on. Well,
Beautiful thing.
We'll look forward to that for sure.
Let's see what happens. Thank you. On that note, be nice. It's got nothing to lose. And happiness to everybody.
Amen. Deep Roy.
Deep Roy, thank you so much for being here. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you.
And thank you guys all for watching. Really appreciate it. Anybody listening out there, we really appreciate you. I need to settle a little qualm. So I'm seeing in the YouTube analytics that a good amount of you that listen and watch are not subscribed.
What the?
And, how does that make you feel, Jim?
Are you kidding me? I'm wounded and what? Let me get this arrow out of my neck.
You see what you're doing, Jim? Can you believe it? So if you like this content, please be sure to like and subscribe. YouTube's a weird website. You can literally watch something one time and it'll never recommend it to you ever again. So if you don't want that to happen, just leave a like and subscribe. It really helps us, really helps the algorithm show you more of what you want to watch.
That's right.
And if you like this content so much that you want to see more good news, there is more on Patreon. You can find Toon'd In with Jim Cummings on Patreon. You can like and subscribe over there as well. Some bonus content, some stuff that you will not see here. And for everybody else, once again, I am producer Chris, the legend himself, Mr. Jim Cummings.
Thank you, Chris.
Deep Roy, once again, thank you so much for being here.
Deep Roy.
We will see you guys all in the next one.
Thank you.